Hey, what's up, guys? It's MugenLord here, and today it appears once again that it seems though that Insomniacs Spiderman 2 just cannot catch a break. Just last week on Friday, we talked about how the game was officially leaked out there and you was able to find the ending, spoilers, all kinds of things. And Spider-Man fans was quite upset at that revelations. And then on top of that, it was also revealed that you can pretty much platinum a game within 25 to 30 hours, and many people were upset of how short the game is, especially asking for $70. And it pretty much sparked a debate as far as how should a game be judged with its pricing. Should it be judged based on how long a game is? And I pretty much weighed in on that, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on it. So you guys can check that video out, leave a comment, because I love to hear your thoughts whether or not a game price should be correlate to how long a game is. Definitely want to hear your thoughts. So what's going on now? Well, apparently that they revealed a new rendition of Mary Jane for the Spider-Man 2 game, and fans are not happy with that. And me also being a fan of Mary Jane, I'm not happy with it either. And Insomniac is getting a lot of heat for this situation. So before we dive into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. So we're going to dive into it. Now, all I want to say is that this video is not going to be too long at all, because it'll be pretty much me just reiterating and repeating myself when it comes to how Western studios depict women in video games. But this is Mary Jane we're talking about. So what is this new incarnation of Mary Jane? Well, apparently this is what we have right here. Yes, this is Mary Jane from Spider-Man 2, and you can already see a lot of issues with this. And we talked about this before, and we're going to dive right into it. For the simple fact is, you still have some people, or a good majority of people, that still think that there's nothing wrong with this, that there's no agenda, there's no nefarious messaging going on when it comes to the depiction of female characters and made by Western studios when it comes to our video games. Because you have one person in the comment section that clearly said that, hey, no, maybe it's really nothing going on. It's just that Western developers are lazy when it comes to, actually, designing female models in games. I'm like, dude, you cannot be this fucking naive or this fucking ignorant. And then you had another person leave a comment saying that, doesn't she look like her? Isn't she based off the real life model? So then what's the problem? She looks like the real life model, right? And this is where the naiveness and the ignorance come from once people seen how the actual model looks for Mary Jane, the real life model, which we want to go to right here. This is the real life actress, by the way. Look at this. She is drop dead beautiful. She's gorgeous, sexy, everything. She is the embodiment of what Mary Jane is and who she is as a character. They got the right woman, the right look, and then you turn around and this is what you get. How did you get something as gorgeous, beautiful, sexy as the actress, and then you turn around, she looks like this? Come on, people. Can you please? I'm laughing. I'm not even angry. I'm laughing at this because you have people out here that literally believe that there's nothing going on here. There's nothing. We talked about this, and I won't repeat myself. Refer back to that video about the ugliest depiction of women from Western studios. Refer back to that video. Japanese studios take women and what they actually look like and then put them over into the game, and they look exactly how they look. So if they're beautiful, sexy looking, and have femininity and sex appeal to them, it carries over to the actual game. But look at this Western studio. Look at this Mary Jane and look at this model. You cannot tell me that they look the same. You cannot tell me that. You do, like, seriously. Like, people need to just wake the fuck up when it comes to this. But anyway, now the thing is, Mary Jane, you have to understand the importance of Mary Jane. Mary Jane is a character, a legacy character in Marvel Comics that stood the test of time. She was that symbol of the girl next door, the bombshell model slash actress. And she represented that girl next door, that girl that you couldn't believe that she was like that girl that you don't think you can able to obtain her. Especially going through school, especially in high school, you always found that one beautiful girl, and you like, oh man, like she's drop dead gorgeous. And you never think that a girl like her would have eyes on you or would give you a chance or see something more that other girls wouldn't see in you. And that's what that relationship was when it came to Mary Jane and Peter Parker. Peter Parker was that nerd, that nerdy guy, you know what I'm saying? And that most girls would see as invisible, but won't buy him and everything like that. But Mary Jane seen something in Peter Parker that other girls wouldn't see, that other guys didn't even see, because he was a nerd. And he happened to bag one of the baddest chicks in Marvel Comics, bag one of the baddest chicks in his school. And yes, this is not unrealistic, because there's situations like this. I know a lot of you guys have seen, or a lot of you women have seen, a guy who's average looking or maybe a nerd walking around with the baddest chick in school, and you looking like, how the hell did he get her, or what the hell does she see in him? And there are situations like that, and I can also attest to that. Even when it came to my baby mom and stuff, I used to walk down the street with her, and they'd be like, people be like, yo, like, what the fuck, like, what is she doing with him, or how the hell did he luck up and get her? And then women be saying the same thing, like, what is it about him that I didn't see in him, or whatever like that. So I can even attest to that as well when it comes to this whole Mary Jane situation. It's just sad that it's time and time again when it comes to these studios, man, and when it comes to our comics, our video games, where they take legacy franchises, legacy characters such as Mary Jane, man, and then they take it over and they implement their own insecurities, and they put them in and they project them on these characters, and they ruin everything about the character. Everything we've grown up and known and love about this character, they just throw it to the wayside. They step on it and everything. And it's like they just take these women and they beat them with an ugly stick, and we're supposed to just sit back and just digest it, just consume it, just eat it up. But this is Mary Jane we talking about. Mary Jane. And this is why gatekeeping is important. Gatekeeping is very important, because these people are coming in and just flipping everything upside down. And this is the thing. I know people saying, well, there's different iterations of Mary Jane, this is that and the third. But when it comes to iterations, different iterations of characters, there's always something that, you know, people who respect the character will still keep a essence of the character, and that essence of the character or a feature of the character will always carry over to each and every last different iteration of that character, because that's the thing that makes that character synonymous with that character. When it comes to Mary Jane, her beauty, her just being a bombshell, the sass that she has, all that things is an embodiment of this character, and they just destroyed it. Now you have some people that argue, that say, hey, Mary Jane looks better in the Insomniacs Spider-Man 1 game, and I will agree with that, but even that Mary Jane model is not Mary Jane. That's not Mary Jane. That is not the Mary Jane that I grew up with and that I've known. And even in that Spider-Man, she was annoying. I couldn't stand that Mary Jane. She was annoying as shit in that damn game. But as I said before, if you look at the difference between both Mary Janes, because in Mary Jane and Spider-Man 2, if you notice that this Mary Jane has aged up a bit, and people already, and this thing, it's not just Mary Jane. People had issues with what they have done with Peter Parker, remind you, because remember when PS5 version of Spider-Man 1 came out, they changed the face model, and they gave us some bullshit for that too, of Peter Parker, and people were upset with that. And now you look at this version of Peter Parker compared to this version of Mary Jane, it's like she aged up a bit and he remained young. And this is what I said in my previous video when it comes to the depiction of women, is that the men are either objectified and made them even sexier, or to keep them the same, while they definitely just beat the women with the ugly stick, strip of her femininity. And you can see this in this case right here. It's like they aged her up a bit while they kept Peter Parker looking the same and younger looking than her. She looked like a 40-year-old, maybe mid-40-year-old woman. And look at the model, the actual real life model, looks nothing. You cannot say that's the same woman. And you got people in the conversation, well, she looks just like her. No, she don't. And I tend to forget, before I close out, because this is not going to be a long video, I tend to forget, because there's guys out there that would say that a lot of these women that I point out, and a lot of the ones that we call ugly, there's a lot of these dudes out here that say, there's nothing, I think she's beautiful, this and the other. And I tend to forget that there's a lot of dudes out there who never been in a relationship or never been able to get close to a female or have intimacy or interactions with a woman. So any woman and his eyesight is going to look good for her because he has nothing to weigh it against. He has nothing to compare it to because he never had anything. So that's why I can kind of understand where some of these people, some of these guys are coming from. That I don't see nothing wrong. She looks beautiful to me, because a lot of these guys don't have a woman to have anything to compare it to, or they're used to getting ones and twos and threes. So anything looks pretty or looks attractive to him or whatever like that, because he don't have many options, or he don't have any options at all, you know. So I definitely see where that's coming from. But that's pretty much it, because there's nothing more to talk about. I covered this before. Like I beat it with a stick already. There's nothing at this point. I'll just be reiterating. But I wanted to talk about this was because this is Mary Jane we're talking about. Mary Jane this is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Mary Jane should not be looking like what we've seen in the depiction of her in Spider-Man 2. She should not be looking like this. You can't tell me that this is not done on purpose. You have the model actress right here, and then she looks like this. Like, you can't tell me this at this point. If you still believe in this, then I can sell you a bridge. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment sections below. Leave your thoughts and opinions. Do you think I'm just talking out my ass? Do you think something wrong with me? Do you just think that I'm just full of shit when it comes to this? Or you don't think this is a big issue at all? I don't care. I like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Or do you think this is an agenda? You know, doing this, taking attractive, feminine, and sexy women with sex appeal and just stripping them away from it, and then just making these bland-looking characters, pretty much now you're making them indistinguishable between men and women. So I definitely need to hear your thoughts. I think this would be a good discussion to have in the comment section. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.